Incoming challenge alert. Incoming challenge alert.
I'm challenging my old student and great friend and great guitar player to do this lick because I want to see how he does it because he's got such great chops, better than my chops. And he can probably do more with it than I can. Juan Antonio Rivera, great guitar player. Check him out. And I'm challenging you to a duel, a lick duel. And I'm looking forward to see you post it using your own sort of take on the lick.
Challenge accepted. No.
What's up, you guys? So the whole reason for today's video is the fact that I got challenged by one of my old teachers when I was back in school. I highly suggest that you go over to his channel and check out his lesson on the topic. You're gonna learn so many new things just by being there. I'm telling you, super grateful to this guy. I learned so much. I mean, he was willing to help me learn some cool new things, while some other teachers within their school just really didn't really want to help me out. So I'm eternally grateful for that. He came up with this very trippy enclosure type of sequence that he's applying just pretty much over Dorian. Now for my case, I came up with a different backing track, something a little bit more, I guess you could say a tiny bit more progressive, and it's actually going to be in G minor. So he went for C Dorian, I went for G minor, pretty much dealing with the same kind of notes. Now, what is an enclosure? You're pretty much approaching a note, let's just call it like that, like it is. You're approaching a note, and you can go from below the note or from above the note. And there's two ways you can do it. You can do it with diatonic notes, which just means that you're taking a note from the scale, and let's say you're beginning from B flat. So if you want to go one note from above and it's from the scale, you're just going to be playing C. So the whole order is going to be C and then B flat. If you wanted to grab a diatonic note from below, it's going to be A. So if you want to do one from above and one from below, you end up with C, A, and then your target note right at the end, which is going to be B flat. You could do also the same thing from below and then above, so something like A, then C, then B flat. And the last thing you can do is you can do the exact same thing with chromatic notes. So if you wanted to do a chromatic from below, it's A. If you wanted to do a chromatic from above, it's going to be B. So if you want to do below, above, it's A, B, and then B flat. Pretty much get what I'm saying already. Now, for this specific case, I'm using the B flat major scale or G minor scale, however you want to look at it. The actual scale is going to look like this. And now in terms of the concept, you're going to apply these enclosures to each and every one of the notes of the B flat major scale or G minor scale. It's all going to depend on what you're playing over. That's why he actually did it over a C Dorian track. I'm using it over a G minor type of track. Now the actual sequence that he does the actual sequence that he's doing in the lick is actually one diatonic note from above, one chromatic note from below, and then making it all the way to that target note. So the first note we're gonna add some enclosures to, it's gonna be B flat. So you go C, A, B flat. Then we go to the next step within the actual scale. You're gonna have C, that's gonna be your target note. So you go a diatonic step from above, which is gonna be D, and then you're gonna play a chromatic note from below, which is gonna be a B natural note, and then you make it all the way up to C. Now, if you continue to play the same style of sequence, it's a matter of time before you get the whole lick that I'm doing. Now, right at the end of the lick, I decided to add a little something of my own. So I do one of those little legato, chromatic legato lines that I do so much. But just to spice it up a tiny bit, make it sound a little bit more like something I do. So that's another lesson within itself. Whenever you learn something new, try to make it yours instead of just repeating the things you're learning as you learn them. Which, I mean, that can also be a completely new experience that you can learn from. But it's a little bit more realistic if you actually apply it to something that you already do. It's going to make it more practical, and it's going to make a tiny bit more sense. All right, so that's pretty much it for this video. If you guys are interested in the actual tabs, the backing track, and explanation, so I usually recommend my Patreon, but in this case, I'm going to recommend Chris Juergensen's Patreon. You can find the tab to his lick. You can find a PDF explaining the actual lick, and it's an incredibly well written out PDF. I actually have it on my computer, and a ton of other goodness pertaining to the actual lick. All right, so that's it for this video. Remember, you can follow me on any type of social media. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I am also on Patreon. You can also find Chris on YouTube, on Facebook, pretty much anywhere out there. All right, so another way you can find some of my stuff is you can go to my website, juanmusic.com. You can find my 3 boxes there with guys from guitar tutorials. You can also find private lessons. You can also just drop me a message through Instagram, and we can schedule out some lessons if you're interested. All right, thanks for watching.